Hi fellow golf fans, it's Phil again from That Golfing Vlog, and I'll be giving you a quick update on an amazing week in golf, some new irons, yes, new irons, and why I'm going back to the golf ball I used 15 years ago. So first of all, a bit of an update on the golf. So the last 5 competitions that I've played, I've won 4 and come second on 1. What an amazing difference since the start of the year. And I can put that down to a couple of different factors. Scoring has been one of the biggest factors in being able to play a bit more steady, but also being able to capitalize on those really good shots. And I've spent a lot of time chipping and putting to be able to really make the most of the good shots. The course I play is very difficult, the rough is very long, and being able to hit the fairway is like having extra shots on your handicap, it really is. So the last couple of rounds I've looked at my stats and the fairways in regulation is going up and up every round. And that's really contributing to me shooting lower scores. You know, I've had a 75, 74. I'll take those. And obviously, that's seen my handicap come down as well. One of the other changes that I've made to my game is learning how to bump and run the ball. I saw a video from Rick Sheils where he taught you the 8-iron bump and run, which is a little shot. It's a shot that I've never really played because I like to fizz the ball in, sandwich, back foot, open stance, just fizz it in and stop it close to the pin. Unfortunately, the course that I play at the moment doesn't have greens good enough, and I really need to be able to add different shots to my arsenal so that if I play different courses I can shoot low. But first of all, just being able to get it around my course, especially when I miss the green. That 8-iron bump and run, I can tell you, has pushed up my up and downs from around 27% to 75% in my last round and around 70% in the round before that. It's a massive difference, and that's the difference between making a bogey from just missing a green to now making pars, if not chipping in as well. So a huge factor in me playing better golf and winning 4 out of 5 competitions. When I was a pro in my early 20s, I used Apex Tour irons, Ben Hogan, and I also used Wilson Blades. Now, when I started again sort of 5-6 years ago, I weren't good enough to be able to use them, and I bought myself a set of tailor-made speed blades, which are here. So these are set out to be game improvement irons, and this is the 8-iron here to get the ball up in the air. Now, anyone who's played with me will know I don't have any problems getting the ball in the air. So actually, these give me a really high ball flight, but they're super forgiving because you can see they're nice and chunky, lots of weight behind the face, really giving you that advantage and allowing me to play consistently good golf and good golf shots. I think anyone at the golf club will tell you I strike the ball really well. What they don't allow me to do is really have control over distances, because if you catch it out of the toe, it still goes quite far. If you catch it out of the heel, it goes quite far as well. But there's no middle ground. You have a distance and it's almost like max distance all the time, whether it's toe, heel or middle, which is amazing for most golfers. But I really wanted to be able to dial in those shorter shots and those shorter irons. So let's have a look at what I've picked up. So I'm a golfer on a budget. I haven't got money to spend on £1,000 sets of irons. So thanks to one of the local buy-sell groups, I found myself a set of these. So any golf fan will know this is the 712 Titleist AP2s, forged iron, and it's absolutely beautiful. Now comparing the two together, there's not too much of a difference in profile, but where the difference comes is how small they sit at address, how they look at address as well, promoting you to hit a lower, but also being less forgiving but softer and more controllable. So I have to make sure I hit good shots, so I'm going to have to concentrate a little bit more, and hopefully these will allow me to take my game back to the level where I need it to be. One of the last things that I've noticed as well is from my Wilson irons to my TaylorMade irons. I had my Wilsons, 15, 16 years ago. They were half an inch longer and 1 degree upright. Compared to my TaylorMade irons, which I bought stock 5, 6 years ago, from an online website, they were exactly the same length, exactly the same lie. So over the years, the golf clubs and the golf club manufacturers have strengthened the irons and made them longer. So, picking up the new set of Titleist, I was very keen to see what the difference were. And actually the Titleist, while they were still the same length as the TaylorMade, they were also considerably stronger. So I'm anticipating hitting them further, so I'm going to have to relearn my distances. So one of the things that I'm going to have to do is go see the local pro. We're going to map out the irons. We're going to make sure all the lofts are documented down, and maybe just tweak a few as well, just to sort of get my distances that I can hit it back to where the clubs are telling me. And then just to finish up, a changing ball. So as you'll see from some of our videos that we've recorded recently, I've been using Lake balls, or I've been using eBay finds, pearl grade, any ball really. Because cost is a factor, paying £4 a ball just to hoof one out of bounds, it's not really affordable for us right now, especially considering that my game was up and down. So the ball that I used when I played my best was the Srixon AD333. Now this ball had just come out, and it was a fantastic addition to Pro V1 when Pro V1 first came out, because it was slightly harder. I hit the ball with quite a lot of spin, and it spun less, but also good distance and good feel. It was also considerably cheaper, and that meant if you lost one, if you hit one out of bounds, let's say we don't do that, but if we did, obviously the impact of losing that ball is less. So I bought a dozen Srixon AD333s for £18 from our local sports shop, which is considerably cheaper than a Pro V1. And considering our greens aren't the fastest, or they don't hold the most, I don't feel like I'm losing a lot around the greens. So this is the Srixon AD333 Tour version, slightly less spinning, less control around the greens, but I'm toying between the two, and I think the AD333s are going to be the one for me. So that's another change that I've made. So I've changed my irons, I've changed my ball, I've changed my clothes, so don't worry, I'm all good there. But we'll see what goes next. I've tried a few drivers, and we're considering to, I don't know, let's see what happens. So what's coming up? We're going to have a video coming out soon, which is going to be the Office Open. Make sure you click up somewhere for that video, and also subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much for your support. Hope to speak to you soon.